Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys are tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And of course, if you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to our beautiful channel as we go through and through the trades we took today. Now, the theme, right? Today's main focus will be on how to get green and stay green on a slow market day. Because today was not a very was not very exciting. There was not a lot of action, but we were able to come in, get the job done, and head right out. So P&L on the day, 763.65. Not bad at all for about an hour of trading, right? $700, guys. Pretty solid stuff. Let's talk about how we were able to get this done. Now, coming in as usual, each day always starts the same, with me checking out my scan and seeing what stocks are moving up and which ones are not. And today we happen to have stock MLTX, BNTC, and MEDS as our top three stocks. And in terms of volume, right, the percentage gain on the day, the float, right, and so forth. So we came in, we dialed in, and we boiled it down to a few stocks that were moving up, and from there we got started with our pre-market analysis as usual, right? So now coming into the open, we've already had our trend line set up, our key levels. We started to look for our patterns, and this is where we can really determine and decipher how the day is going to go in the first few minutes of the open. Now, this is not always the case, because as we know, the market is cyclical, and whilst you can have a slow start, a stock can come out of nowhere that can give a great opportunity. But usually when things are slow, the prior day sentiment, hey, the last few days have been on the colder side. How do I want to approach today? You know what? I'm going to start slow. I'm going to try and avoid a big red start. And if we see A quality opportunities, I'm going to try to get in and out quick and clean and not overtrade and give back profits. So said, so done. All right, we followed through with the game plan. And in terms of the patterns we traded, in terms of the pattern, stock BNTC, this one was pretty good. We had a red to green here. A bit of a V-shaped red to green, right? As we pulled back and curled back up. So as this thing was approaching high of day, I recognized it. At the time, high of day was at 32. This is where I started to get involved, taking trades and watching for the higher highs. We got up there to 35 and then 36. Not bad. Eventually, it pushed all the way to 39, right? So high of day pushes up. We get a quick pullback. This leads into a 3-bar play. We've now already seen 2 patterns that we trade. It then pulls back, sets up again for the 3-bar play, a 1-minute candle to make the new high. There's a dip opportunity at the pre-market highs, and of course, we do curl back up. So this was good. We made some money here. It comes down again. I attempt another trade, trying to ranks and repeat for another move back up. It wasn't the case. We pulled back, and then I got long down here at 4. In terms of time, 9:41, 9:42. We got long, and we got in around 32 cents. We will show this bit of trading here for today's archives. So let's pull that up and let's talk about why I got long and what I was looking for here. So I'm going to, of course, move my webcam over just so that we're, in sync, have that continuity there. Let's slide on over here. Beautiful, lovely. Looks good. So BNTC, here we go, here we go, here we go. So again, we had our move. We had our move right here. And then the stock is going to start to pull back, right? So at this point, we're up about 560. And then we come down here. We have the small loss. Don't forget, we tried another 1-minute candle to make the new high. Or let's say, for the lows, to then curl back up for new highs. That didn't happen. And so now we adjusted to our 5-minute candlesticks, right? So on the 5-minute chart at this time, which, we can pull up today's live stream as reference, right? I believe I have it somewhere here. Where is it? Or maybe not. Okay, it looks like I exited out. So bear with me. Let's quickly pull up today's live stream. That way we can see how the 5-minute candles were looking at this time. All right. And this is the beauty of being patient and zooming out. Sometimes you have to zoom out. And if you do zoom out properly, you can see the bigger picture of what's going on. Can these things get off the screen here? It's a bit of a glitch. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so let's come back. So at the time, let's come back a little bit more. Yeah, so this is what we're seeing. We're pulling back into VWAP. We're pulling back into a blue trend line as well, at also the pre-market midpoint. And, I'm watching here, and I'm going to take the position. I mean, first I'm going to go long 1,500 shares, and then I'm going to add to 3K. And then, as it was still pulling back a little bit, I'm like, you know what, man, let's sell half, and let's be a little careful. But then I told myself, Relentless, what are you doing here? And this is something I fall victim to sometimes in this area, which is to be a little too scalpy in the 5-minute pullback. The 5-minute pullback is a longer hold trade. And so I regained composure. I said, hey, you're not going to mess this up. You are going to hold this position, and this thing is going to curl up. If not, it stops you out at your risk. Perfectly fine A quality trade. So we get long 4,500 shares. We're going to talk about how I could have been better with the execution here, but we're pulling back into key levels. Volume looks good. Our 5-minute candlestick that just closed looks good. And so I'm expecting the pullback to curl back up. So, in terms of indicators, trend lines, VWAP, volume, level 2 as well as we're coming down, right? So there's a plethora of reasons why I'm buying this stock down here and expecting it to curl back up, right? So for those of you in MMU, I put out a lecture today going over in detail the 5-minute pullback and exactly what I was looking for here. So if you want the full thing, be sure to go on the website and chapter 30, the most recent lecture that's out. I could have even posted that as a recap, but it'll be unfair to the students to go over every single detail, right? But anyhows, from there, I'm in, and I am going to sell 1,000 shares a little on the earlier side, right? So let's come back. My risk here is the low. I'm watching at high of day for a target, but I did sell on the earlier side. So I sold 1,000 shares around 34, 35, which wasn't good. Profits is profits, yes, but the target is still high 30s, low 40s. So why am I selling so soon? This was a mistake. And I think I did say that in the live stream. But anyhow, as we continue to curl, we get up to 37. I sell some more. I sell some more 37, 39. There's a baby pullback in here. There's a baby pullback in here, and I add back. So we got a high point of 38. It pulls back to 36 for lows, and there's no selling coming in on level 2. So I'm like, you know what? Let's jump back in. So I'm going to add right here. And can we see the push? It goes to 38. And we're all, well, 39 rather. Here we go, 38, 39. And we're going to be all out at 38, 39 area. Picking up another extra 3 cents or so from the ad. And I'm still holding 1,000 shares from 32. I in the lecture, I did talk about what I could have done better, in terms of size, decision making. But there's a lot of work to be done. As good as I'm getting, there's a lot more work to be done for me to be in a place. And to be honest, I think that's where I'll feel good mentally to say, hey, I don't need to push myself anymore. It's when I'm trading the setups flawlessly, time and time and time and time after time, with no end in sight. Right now, I'm still making a lot of mistakes. So, if I've traded this sequence here properly or better, or to my full potential, let's say, we'd be walking away up, 1,500. Yep, I think that's pretty fair to say. So this was the 5-minute pullback. Trade of the day. Very good stuff. So we curled up nicely and we came into some resistance up here. Unfortunately, the stock wasn't really able to continue after that. It pulled back, curled up again, and unfortunately we still rejected. But yeah, guys, that was the day. So if you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Uh, it does, and we'll jump back over here. It does mean a lot. One of our main goals here is community building, and so far we're doing a great job of that. So we do appreciate it. So slow and steady will continue to grow, and I can only imagine where the community is heading. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and for a quick cherry on top, MLTX, which is one of the other stocks we did trade. We lost a little bit of money here. We attempted a bit of a high of day trade, but didn't quite get through. This one curled up, fairly well, although not quite 55. But there's a little something here. Over VWAP, we got up to a high of 48, so not bad. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the recap. It's been RT. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I am, of course, signing out.